Hello, my name is Dave Hanna. I'm a consultant and a partner in the HPO Global Alliance. We're putting together a series of management virtual workshops, and we thought that you might be interested. Today, I'd like to show you just one short video preview from one of the sessions in one of these workshops. So the subject for this preview is systems thinking. In my opinion, systems thinking is fundamental to whatever goes on in an organization, whether you're trying to find a new solution, identify a problem, or perhaps modify the culture to do some things that it's not delivering today. All of this requires systems thinking. We generally use this type of organization chart to display to the outside world who we are and what we do, but this doesn't really describe how we work. We all know that. Here's a better way, in my opinion, of showing how an organization works. It's a system of connections. And once you start thinking in terms of these connections, you realize that every task that's done in the organization is part of a larger process. And you have to look at all the tasks and how they relate to each other, not just the one. Once you go down that line, you realize that every process is part of a team or a business unit, an organizational unit, and those are all interrelated. And so you can't just look at one unit or team and maximize it at the expense of others. So here's an example. Systems thinking can help save you a lot of grief. This is a manufacturing situation where a production plant was working Monday through Friday every week, weekends off, but with the recession, there was a lot of pressure. And so Wally, the maintenance manager, was given this objective. We need to have regular maintenance service of the production lines with minimal overtime and without losing any production time. So the maintenance would have to be on Saturday, which normally would be calling for overtime. So here was Wally's plan. Minimal overtime, Saturday work. Cost control can be achieved by having a number of the production workers who really know the equipment, have them come in and work on a Saturday maintenance session. And because of that, we would give them Monday off instead of Saturday. So their days off would be Sunday and Monday. And we would not have to pay them overtime for the Saturday that they worked. But the maintenance people that came in that were organizing and supervising all of the work, Wally's people were stretched every one of the 5 days, so they would have to have overtime coming in on Saturday. Now, first Saturday overtime or maintenance was worked, went very well. Monday morning, Wally gave an excellent report. All the maintenance tasks were satisfactorily completed. The line started up easily this morning, a huge success, and the leadership team was very impressed. But then people started talking to the production technicians who had worked on that Saturday. Oh, anger. Well, many of them had family activities scheduled that weekend, and those were now scuttled because of the Saturday work. In addition, then, Monday day off was a poor substitute for the Saturday because many of the spouses of these production technicians worked on Monday and the kids were in school. So a lonely Monday off was a poor trade for a family experience on the weekend. And then as they worked side by side, it came out that the maintenance people were getting overtime, the manufacturing people were not. Well, as you can imagine, this started boiling the pot. And when you looked at those three, as people talked to the technicians from production, the technicians said, who does this company think they are? That they can just order me about and anything else I have going on with my family is now just arbitrarily scuttled. And so there was a resentment there. And once that loyalty is questioned, it could lead to a number of other negative factors that people start to focus on. The other thing too was the pay versus peers. That was a serious issue, and some of the production people said, I will never work on such a maintenance schedule again. If that's the way they're going to do it, they're going to have to get somebody else. So there was very low enthusiasm to go under that model again. And if you have that happen enough times, then your maintenance efficiencies are going to start to suffer. Well, to the credit, Wally and the leadership team looked at all of these factors now, looking at the bigger systems picture of the situation, and they found some other ways of making it work without the negatives. And so it finally, but they had a real trauma to get over the first time. So point number one, in thinking systems, you've got to see the whole ecosystem. All right, point number two, as part of that system, you've got to look forward as well as backward. Now, this is a chart. This is a New York University professor, Baruch Lev, has been tracking share price movement for several years, for decades. In the 1960s, the percentage of share price movement due to earnings was 90+% due to past results and tangible assets. You can see how that has degenerated over time, and it's now less than 30%. So what is it that is affecting share price movement in the other 70% today? It's confidence in the future. Investors, shareholders are looking at the future. Do we have confidence that this is still a good investment? And Baruch Lev calls this confidence a series of intangibles because they don't show up on the balance sheet anywhere. Here are some examples of these intangibles. Does the company make and keep promises? Not just to shareholders or to investors, but to suppliers, customers, employees. Is this company known for making and keeping its promises? Secondly, a compelling strategy. You know, when you look at strategies of companies in the same industry, a lot of the strategies sound very, very familiar. And investors are looking for something that shows a competitive advantage and a step ahead and above what competition is doing. Third, core competencies. Whatever it is that your business is, if it's marketing, if it's advertising, if it's engineering, whatever those core competencies need to be, do you have them and do you demonstrate that to the world? Finally, and the largest factor are these organizational capabilities, because again, they are part of system capabilities, not just individual competencies. So for example, leadership is a key organizational capability. Teamwork, collaboration, response to crisis, ability to change quickly. Those are all organizational capabilities, and they are a huge driver now of a company's value in the market. Baruch Lev says, the crux of the accounting problem with intangibles is that to know the past, one must know the future. That is part of the systems thinking. All right, well, I hope this was of interest to you. I hope you found some value in it. If you'd like to pursue this further with us, we'd be very interested to talk with you. Here's our email address or our toll-free number. We pride ourselves on helping companies find unique solutions that meet their particular needs in their situation. And so we look forward and hope that we can have some more discussion. Thank you for your kind attention and have a good day.